heart of gold, but ready to fight. Standing tall, doing what's right. Shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep taught me promises I gotta keep. Breaking chains, leaving pain behind. Calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around. Justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark, where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rides again. In the dark, where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rides again.
Warning, the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. Obviously, before I'm going to carry on and kick in and do what we're going to do, let me introduce you to a very nice lady. Yes, you know, MyPretty. So let's all say hello to MyPretty. Hello.
Hello. What you been up to today?
And not much. Basically, for some reason, I must have had something to eat and my stomach has gone, ha, fuck you. Yeah, so if I go take over, you know what's happening.
You be praying to the porcelain god?
Oh, I'm praying, I'm richly going mouth to mouth. But before we carry on, obviously we need to go and say hello to everybody. So first of all, let's go into chat and say, you know what I do? I go to participants. So basically, if you haven't typed into chat, then I would strongly recommend you do so I can say hello to you directly. Well, first of all, hi, Ammo Girl. Hello, sweetheart. Chucky, Cynthia. Hi, sweetheart. Dangerous Waves. Hi there, James Rinkovich. Welcome to the stream. New name. Jeff Grady. Oh, God, we're in trouble. Joey Fleetwood. How you doing? Kay Davis. Silent but Deadly. Mark Garrett, how you doing? Squid Bear Crow. Squid Bear Crow. Well, hello. And Taz orders us laugh like hell. And who did I miss? Who have I missed?
Miss Cynthia and Kay
Cynthia.
Davis.
Hi, Cynthia. Wait, what do you mean I've missed Cynthia? I didn't miss Cynthia, did I?
Yes, you did.
I didn't know. I said Cynthia.
And you didn't say Kay Davis yet.
And I didn't even say hello to Kay or Sherry or Janet or Roy. And, see, I'm sorry. Chucky. He's Chucky. Yes. So, it's been a very interesting last couple of days, hasn't it? It seems that Halloween has brought us many gifts.
Yes, yes. Very much the witching hour.
And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't even know how we're going to fucking start this one.
I tell you, it's been interesting. If nothing else, it has been interesting.
That's an understatement, right? I mean, yes. I mean, okay. Right. Anyway, first things first. Before I do apologize for my coughing. Get used to it. Well, you should be used to it by now. I mean, I've been doing it since I've started. So, but do me a favor, go and give MyPretty a quick sub, will you? If you're new here, go and hit that link there and, show her some love. She is 2 away from the big 100. So let's just get her past that 100 so she can then do her own streams. Or can you? Can you?
I can. Squid says I can.
Yes, you have our permission. No, I'm not joking. Hi, She Nemesis. Hi, Gary H. How you doing? What Snowflower, my darling? So it's someone's birthday tomorrow, and basically they're 18. All right, okay. All the saints and souls have fested and are pushing the demons. Here we go. Anyway, right. First things first, MyPretty. Would you like to update us while I go and put the kettle on? And ladies and gentlemen, Ewoks, Wookiees, members of the jury, and everyone who is here who's jumped over from Squid Pro Quo, please also go and give Squid, if you are definitely new here, all right, and you don't know about Squid, okay, she does come with like some sort of warning. Don't feed after 12 o'clock, don't get wet, stuff like that. Right, do me a favor, go and check her out. Okay, so go and do that. SMN, good to see you. Andrea Myers, welcome. Kirby, welcome. Do you know what? There's so many new people coming in. I just want to say thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for taking part. And you can ask Squid. I'm quite a nice guy. Sort of, sometimes.
Depends on the day.
Hey? What did you say there, you short-ass hobbit? What was that? Go and shave your feet, woman. No, I'm only joking. I don't know what it is. I'm in a really, really prestigious mood today. Yes. Donna Miano, welcome. Anyway, come with instructions, but nobody follows them. Yeah, you know what happens with instructions? We just throw them away. Juliet, good to see you. I know you're not new. You're part of the furniture. Oh, Paul, there you are. Hi, Paul Amos. Good to see you. I hope you got Liz Bird. Hello. Right. Anyway, so while you guys are enjoying yourselves, sit back and relax. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you go to MyPretty and give her a little bit of a sub and, hit the notifications if they work or not. And also, obviously, with Squid as well. Go on. If you're not already subscribed to Squid, go and do that, please. Show the love, share the love, people. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and put the kettle on. And you can take over and update on the case, anything that's new. So I'll be right back. You.
All right. Well, if you guys didn't watch Squid from today, she kind of went over everything. So definitely go over there. She read the documents. I'm just going to touch base on them just a little bit, just for a little tweak there. We got document 134 came in on the Fed 2 case. And that is requesting fees from Stupid Dave for all the money that it's costed to track him down and try to get service on him. Randy submitted that, and it is up in the Facebook group Tubetown, and it is under featured. Also, documents 135 and 136 came in, And 135 is where they are, I guess, showing that they want to send a summons to Richard Luthman. Squid touched on something that I questioned and not really sure about. They actually put in there that it's the summons is being sent to Richard Luthman. They don't differentiate junior or senior. I know there was a motion that was put in previously where Randy acknowledges that when he's speaking of Richard Luthman, he is speaking of junior. But Quid brought up a point that my brain thought of, and that is, what if they get nitpicky? And, what if is it a possibility that they can bring something because he didn't put junior at the end of it? Don't know, to be honest with you. It's just one of those things you got to wait and see. But as we tear apart every one of their documents, you can better believe they're going to tear apart every one of the other side's documents. So we have to look at it as the devil's advocate there. We have to look and say, oh, would we point this out? Also, it was number 136, which is that Randy got the deadline basically extended to serve Dave. And I do believe he's got until November the 25th. Squid showed on her channel where it was put in the newspaper. And I do believe Squid said, and Squid, you correct me if I'm wrong, I think you said they actually put it in there twice. So technically, service would be rendered because it was put in the newspaper. So that's the big things that's really going on. We had a short video today from Jeremy about Ohio, and he said that they got denied in Ohio. John was in Squid's chat, and he said the only thing that really happened was they got denied to have a free attorney. So it now goes, I'm assuming the next step is the evidentiary hearing.
Yeah, John, get a fucking job.
Yeah. Duh. I mean, you got money for everything else, but you don't have money for the important things in your life. You got money to get a trailer, and I'm sure they didn't pay cash for it. I'm sure they put down a deposit and they're making monthly payments. You got that kind of money, but you don't have money to go buy your permit. You don't have money to go put down on an attorney.
Oh, don't even get me started on all that. Don't. I mean, we're gonna. Sorry to interrupt. I do apologize, but I can assure you that, like, this stream, your eyes are gonna go, because and your ears are gonna go. If your ears start bleeding, don't worry about it. It's not. It's. I do apologize, but it's Monday, so get used to it. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Okay, Squid says it has to be in there 3 times, with the first date being 10/27, the last date being 11/10. So once that happens, he has a certain amount of days to respond. If he doesn't respond, I do believe it defaults for him because it's been put in the paper. Maybe it's just me, but I would much rather answer the door, take the piece of paper, and shut the door, and nobody know my business. Then everybody in my town knows somebody's suing me.
I mean, here's right. Just before you carry on, this is just one thing I can't understand. Now, I am going to presume. Yes, hi Chris, how you doing? Bonjour, ça va? I'm gonna presume that everyone in this channel right now, and everyone who's listening on the outside in the cheap seats, all right, that there is some sort of sense of common sense. Yeah, there's that thing. All right, even I do apologize for my language, by the way, and don't worry, Snowflower, I didn't miss your message, and I'll come back to that in a minute. Now, I am not an arrogant, self-centered arsehole. I'm a quite outspoken, to the point, say as it is type of individual. Now, Mr. Magoo, little chubby cheeks there. Okay, there's something that I heard in a stream that is concerning, and I'm concerned for the safety of Jeremy Hales as this at this time. But we'll come on to that later. Stupid Dave, right, and all these people who've been served. Why are you so here's the thing that I obviously we need to put our brains together, ladies and gentlemen, and see if we can figure this out. Okay, because if over 700,000 people, and let's take out 700,000 people, let's take 60,000 individuals who watch this going on, and 60,000 people in one spot, that includes Tug, Megan, everyone else, in one spot. Okay, we've all covered this. Explain to me why these individuals like to flap their gums, make accusations, and accuse God knows what, but are too scared to accept the ability and the possibility and the fact. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The ability and possibility to stand in court and defend themselves.
Because that's easy. It's all about costing Jeremy money. That's the whole principle. If they don't accept service, then it's going to cost Jeremy more money to go out there and search for them. And he's going to have to hire the private investigator. And they are listening to people tell them that Jeremy's not going to be able to sue you for the money. He'll never be able to get the money back. He'll never be able to recoup the money. Don't worry. Just like Bruce told everybody, you're not going to get sued. You're not going to get sued.
We got some stories about that fella, aren't we?
But it's all about the money. They're wanting to cost Jeremy money. They feel like that's the way they can hurt Jeremy's in the pocketbook. That's exactly what it is. It's calculated all to be vengeful. It's 100% vengeful.
Yeah, it's basically when all this started, it was all based on character assassination, and excuse me, and you had multiple camps. This is where people seem to get a little bit confused. All right, it's not Lynette Preston, John Cook, and the Crampons as one group. They are two separate groups. Then you've got Deuce Boy, separate group. Then you've got Volpe and Mr. Magoo, separate groups. Right? Then you got Guapo, separate group. Then you got Robbie, separate group. Then you got Tori, separate. Marla Hughes, separate. All these individuals are separate entities. They're not all one group. They just happen to be in the same ring when it comes to this case. This is where people need to understand that. Right, because the thing is, we're going to go on to an update on the people and everything. Right, let's just carry on update on documents.
Okay. Basically, that's the whole gist of what's really happened. The meat of the subject. Like I said, guys. Squid goes through everything step by step. I encourage you guys to go over there and watch her stream from today. Kind of goes into it step by step and explains everything. Ain't no sense in beating a dead horse.
No.
She's already done it perfectly fine. So definitely go over there and watch. But this supposedly, we got a creditors meeting in bankruptcy this week where the creditors get together. Of course, we don't know what's going to transpire through that. Jeremy's supposed to let us know, and he's supposed to have some kind of video out. He said later today, letting everybody know about what went on at court today. And he said it was wild, so who knows?
Yeah, and also, I agree with him. I don't think they should deny the bankruptcy. I think they should continue with the bankruptcy because I've been talking to a friend of mine. And I also spoke to a friend of mine who's a lawyer in the States, and he said, no, he needs that bankruptcy. That bankruptcy
opens up the door to all kinds of things.
Yes, it does. And it will also open the door to the Crampons as well, because which then brings us on to 1 second. I forgot to say. There you go. There's MyPretty. There you go. And I don't know if that's a scepter or a freaking knife. But anyway, we do know that there are snakes in the grass. That's for sure. And these snakes have started showing their faces. Like the Crampons, for example. Yeah. Deuce Boy. All of them, right? Mr. Magoo and everything else. Now, over the last... obviously, MyPretty is going to sort of give you the American version. I'm going to give you the European version. Now, obviously, a lot of people have covered this. You've got a lot of platforms that cover this. Squid has covered this as well. So, if some stuff is repeated, then I apologize. But this is the observation and the opinion and viewpoint from myself and from MyPretty, okay, but mostly from myself. Now, what I find quite funny is that the Southern Sons, MC Club, was dragged into this. Now, I wonder if their Sergeant at Arms or their president actually know what's going on, and would it be advisable to let them know what's going on? But that's by and by. Now, the other day, someone sent me a link and said, you need to go and have a look at this. And I was like, oh, God, for crying out. Who is it? And he went, Crampons. And I was like, yeah, mate, no, not happening. I'd like to keep the food that I've eaten where it belongs. And in the end, I did have a look. And I spent 45 minutes listening. And, oh, my God, talking about throwing yourself under the bus, throwing other people under the bus, and actually basically admitting, this is just speculative. This is not an allegation. This is allegedly and speculative, basically admitting to online fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you turn around and the people who've donated around like September, November, December, January, February, around that big block of grift for everything for Lynette Preston, and then you've got that snake of an individual saying, no, that money wasn't not for Lynette, that wasn't for John Cook, right? It wasn't for them. Then explain why you were grifting day in, day out for them, on behalf of them, in their name. And now you're doing the same thing this year for Christmas. How many people do you think are going to give you their well-earned money or their pension or their any penny after everything that's coming clear? And the fact that you actually threw yourself under the bus, the fact that there are certain discrepancies. Now, you were receiving all this money last year from October, where you finished, finished the fence, got all the money for the fence and everything else, all the way until January. Now, don't you find it very interesting that, like, some of the information that Lynette, and she's put it into the public forum, so therefore it's public information. So don't you find it very interesting that on the 16th of June, 2022, right, you see this here, right? The expiry date was 5th of September last year. The 5th of September last year. So you got, wait a minute, let me get the months right. So it's September, October, November, December, correct? Is that correct?
It looks like it, yeah.
All right, so explain to me, okay, if they knew about this permit expiry date last year, why didn't they do something? Why didn't the crampon and everyone involved say, hey, look, let's concentrate on your permits and everything else, and then we'll go from there? Because the thing is, that permit of $3,518.82 was paid in full. That was paid. The valuation of the property for 70 grand, yeah, you are reaching on that one. Okay, but that's beside the point. But look at the date, the 5th of September.
Well, I know for a fact that Queenie knew about the permit because in one of her lives, she stipulated, we were all posting in the groups because we knew that the permit was getting ready to expire the first of the year. We knew that. We knew that either February or March, the permit was going to expire. So everybody was posting about it. Everybody was talking about it. I'm sure if anybody's in the Facebook groups, you know I'm telling you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So we were all saying, well, it ain't going to matter because the permit ain't going to be, it's going to be expired. It's going to be expired. So Queenie gets on there and does a live, one of her lives, and says, don't y'all worry about the permit. I got it all under control. I've got everything handled. We already know about the permit. We know everything that needs to be done. I've got everything under control. And then we see, based on, the receipts that Lynette herself has shown,
Mm-hmm.
That was not the case.
Nope. And
That was not the case. He did say that.
yeah, and this is where questions should be asked. It's sort of like, well, I mean, if you're going to sit on your platform and flap your gums, I mean, you're quite good at flapping your gums, considering that you live in a locked community known as the villages, where loofers seem to call out the anyway. But here's the thing: the fact that they knew about all this, right, and the fact that like all they had to do, right, was certain things set up, and they had to get an electrician or find someone out there. Like apparently one of her friends was going to do it, but so why didn't they enforce that? Why didn't they follow that up? Why is it that they leave everything to the last minute, and then when it's too late, they blame each other, and then they start throwing each other under the bus? Now, here's one thing that anyone who's worked in a building trade or anyone who knows any common sense about when it comes to building trade, right? There's 3 ways you can go about this. One, you can contact your local council and say, hey, do you have a list of contractors who can do this, and this to renew the permit? 2, right, you can contact private companies, right, and get estimations from different companies, right, and then show that proof and show that evidence and say, hi, this is how much it's going to cost. This is how much has been donated. We're going to take that money from what's been donated and we're going to put it towards the permit and get everything, because private companies they probably have electricians, plumbers, and carpenters, and people who actually know about building permissions and building plans and stuff like that. None of this was done. If it had been done in the first place, none of this would have happened. But the thing is, someone knew, let's keep on playing this game, because at the end of the day, right, people are just going to throw the money at these people because they're brain dead or they just don't listen. And they're not going to see where that money goes. They're not going to see where any penny of that money, where it goes. They lied. They basically stated that they needed money for the fence. Why did they need money for the fence when that fence was already paid for? Yes, they used pictures in their live stream to show all the lumber. Okay, now fine, they've got the lumber, but what are you going to do with that lumber sitting there? What you should have done is dealt with the permits first, the permission, the permits and everything else first, and then got the lumber in then.
Right, and then you do as much as let's say you got $10,000. Okay, that's how much you got. It's $10,000. You pay for the permits. Now you got $8,000, give or take. Now with that $8,000, you go to the next step, and you go to the next step. If you can't finish, you can't finish. But you take it in step by step. You don't go out here and buy 2 daggum toilets when you ain't even got no walls up inside.
Exactly. And Chucky, Chucky, my friend, I fully understand the differences between the UK and the US building methods. Well, I don't know much about over there. I've learned everything about permits and stuff like that. And I'm still learning from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing. But you can't tell me, considering that, and this is probably what people may have not known or may have not paying attention to, is the fact that most of this communication about permits and building rights and stuff like that was done in Otter Creek through Mary DeGroot, through Ross Weeks, through Mr. Fuller, who was still there at the time. So all that was done. So they had an easy job. Okay, they had an easy life. But as soon as everything started going pear-shaped, they can't go to the new mayor and go through this again. And the fact that, like, we all, anyone remember Mr. Fuller? The black gentleman who was in a lot of videos from the town hall meetings? Do you remember him?
Yeah, he was the at the time back in 2021-ish area, he was the inspector for that area.
Yeah.
He would come out and do the inspections for the town of Otter Creek. And it looks like up until a certain point, giving the devil their due now,
Yep.
Lynette and John was, hoofing it along. They was hoofing it along and getting everything done they were supposed to do.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter if you buy building supplies. If you don't have a permit, you can't put it inside of the dwelling.
Yep.
You can't put one nail in the wall. Now, Giving the devil his due. I understand. I wouldn't give her the money herself either. And she wasn't asking for the money at that time. She wanted them to pay the permit.
Yeah.
Just send the money to them.
And
She wasn't asking for the money.
yeah, and Roy hit the nail on the head, saying, my opinion is that certain people saw all the money rolling in and got greedy. Absolutely, 100% fact.
Yeah, I agree.
100% fact.
It appears to be very much that scenario.
Yeah.
That it just, because I mean, let's face facts. If Roy sends me $100 and tells me to use that $100 to buy some child in my town a Christmas present, let's just say he does that.
Yeah.
If I accept that $100, I'm accepting that responsibility.
Right, but here's a question though.
If I don't want to do it, I can send it back to Roy and say, Roy, you know what? I'm just not in a position to where I want to take on that responsibility.
Right.
So when people were sending in donations for Christmas and so forth and whatever else she did, she accepted the responsibility. You know, the queen accepted the responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't sit there and bitch about it now because you don't want to do the work that's required when you accepted it.
I mean, on Wednesday we're going to be we've got another stream which is going to be part of this, guys. So if you want to hang around, on Wednesday, MyPretty and I, we're going to be showing you some documentation which will give you a little bit more insight, because I think a lot of people had their fingers in the pot when it came to the permits and everything else. But here's one thing I'm going to say right now. Roy gives you $100, yeah?
Yeah.
And he asks you, get a present for a child or get a couple of gifts for a child. Your understanding of that money, what do you understand about that money? What is it?
That money is to be given to a child that is in need. Let's say Roy gives me $100 to go buy. Let's say he gives me $100 to go buy my son a video game for Christmas. Well, that's the only thing I can spend that $100 on.
Right. Now let me ask you: is it classic? Could it be construed as a donation?
Of course, it's a donation.
Or a request.
He's giving. Well, I didn't ask for it.
Yeah, but here's the difference. Like,
he's giving.
Right, he's giving you $100. Is it a donation, a request, or a tip?
I would think it would be a donation.
It's both. It's a donation and a request. He's basically requesting you to do something on his behalf.
Correct.
For a third party. So therefore, it is a donation with a request. And it's the wording within that message. Can you take this $100 and buy a couple of children some gifts for Christmas? Bang. That there, it doesn't have to say, oh, it's a donation. If it is instruction, then it is classified as a donation. So therefore, that money does not belong to you. It is belonging to the recipient.
Correct.
Right.
You are just the transient to get the money from one place to the next.
Exactly. And the fact that those absolute clowns, the crampons and everyone else, thought, it's a money train. Yeah, they thought they're clever. But the more they talk, the more they're digging that hole. Because a lot of people will have proof. They will have receipts from the monies they've sent. They will have the message, like, if you want to leave any message. If anyone wrote in there, say, pay this forward to Lynette for this, this, and this, or pay this for so-and-so and so-and-so, or this for so-and-so and so-and-so. Yeah. Right. Or this, and this for so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. That there means that money is basically just passing through and going to the recipient. So for Crampon to turn around and say, well, you sue me and I'll use the rest of the money that I've got to get legal, or the comments that she made in one of her live streams the other day, that money doesn't belong to Lynette because it wasn't addressed to Lynette or to John. That is where you are wrong. People entrusted you because you were representing Lynette. People were trusting you to take the donations, to take the money that was given to you for the behalf of Lynette Preston, all right, for you to then, basically you've got a guardian. Someone takes the money, their guardian, blah, blah, blah. you know, and it gets paid forward. But that never happened. The only time it has happened, right, is the big hoo-ha around the fence. But this is where they were very clever in their wording, the way they came across about it. Is that like, oh, we still need fence this and need fence that and stuff like that. But the fence was already paid for. But they were still
It's
grifting.
yeah, it's a continuous cycle.
Yeah. And then they decide, because Lynette obviously, has a memory of a goldfish, right? And then obviously Lynette's saying, oh, this, And somewhere down the line, I must admit, after reading everything and reading what she said, I know that she doesn't have punctuation or that, might. But on this occasion, I think what she said about the communication between her and Lisa, the crampon, the walrus, the flea, right? I think that is factually, partially true.
Hmm. It's something. I'm gonna tell you what. When you think it can't get any more out there, they flip the script on you, and it goes so far out there that your mind just can't even wrap around it. It just cannot even wrap around it. And so, and especially when, I mean, got to give the devil his due. Lynette's pulling out the receipts. I mean, she's bringing the stuff and showing it. So you got to give her credit for that. She's doing more than Queenie does. She's actually showing it and putting it out there and saying, "Look, here it is."
Yeah. Yeah. Some, we just said, yeah, Mama Cuddles, my condolences and my sincere condolences and thoughts and prayers are with you at this time of loss. And, we're here for you. Okay. So you're not on your own. And remember, if you need to talk to anybody, there's enough people here who will support you, who will talk to you. Yeah. So don't think that you're on your own. Right. Where am I?
I'm very sorry for your loss. I lost my mother quite a few years ago, but I'm gonna tell you what, no matter how old you are, when you lose your mother, if you had a good mother, you become a little kid again and you just want your mother. So my heart goes out to you, honey. I know how you feel.
Chucky, I'll come back to that one in a minute. Yeah, and here's one thing we need to remember is to celebrate her life. Remember all the good things that you can remember. Okay.
1570
Shut that up.
Yeah, slightly distracting that. No, I'm enjoying.
Sorry.
When they create solicited donations funds for the purpose, then the nature should be used for the purpose. Exactly, Jeff. But that's not happening. Because as you've seen the yeah, MyPretty and I had a little bit of a giggle on this one. In fact, the fact that the crampon has decided to throw Deuce Foreskin under the bus. I mean, like, how many bloody bus mechanics do they need in the what the hell's ecosystem?
Exactly. I agree.
So what's your opinion about that, about this? Them throwing Bruce Matskin under the bus.
I thought it was. To be honest with you, excuse me, we knew it was coming. Okay, I mean, we all had this on our bingo card, right? We all had
Absolutely.
this down. We all had this on our bingo card, so we knew it was coming. But the fact that she did it, so I mean, you could tell she was really salty
Yep.
about it.
Yep.
She was very, very salty. She was excuse me. Excuse me. She was like, if I did it wrong, if I didn't post my motion to dismiss correctly, then I mean, it's not just my fault. You would have thought he would have helped me because everything that's going against him has to do with me. So if they can get me out of it, then it gets him out of it. And I was like, oh my God. And she said, he was supposed to help me do it, and he didn't have enough time to help me.
I
Well,
mean,
don't
like,
you have a family of lawyers? She said.
yeah. I mean, hey, Lisa, if you listen, pay. Why don't you employ him to give Lynette, John, and yourself legal advice? I mean, you've been donated enough money. Now, going back to Chucky's comment earlier on, excuse me. Sorry about that. Where are you? Yeah. Was there not rumors of having LP and JC and the child all move into the barn before Christmas last year, or was that just a figment of my nation? No, that is actually. I can remember someone saying that they were going to be living in there before Christmas.
And then they said it was going to be after Christmas. They were going to start work on the barnuminium in January. It was going to start in January. That's when she had planned to do everything was in January.
Yep.
Well, they ain't been one nail put in the wall yet. And it's a year. Ain't been one nail put in the wall.
Yeah, and that just shows you that, to be perfect. Liz, that's a good idea. 1 second. Carry on. I've got an idea.
Exactly, Cynthia. That's exactly what she said, that Bruce told her she didn't need a lawyer. She won't going to get sued. Well, I'm sorry, but thousands of other people, me included, told her you need an attorney. You need an attorney back. And she kept saying, well, if I need an attorney, I got plenty of attorneys in my family. Well, tell them to get up off the pot. It's time to get busy because she needs it now.
Yep. And the fact that, like,
they're going to learn to stop listening to that man, because that man is totally destroying their lives, and they don't see that, because at the end of the day, he thinks he's going to go home and whatever happens to anybody is not going to affect him. And although he'll face his own thing, basically it's true. If Lynette gets popped with thousands and millions of dollars that she owes, it doesn't affect Bruce.
Nope. The only problem that Bruce has got, besides the sanctions and all the emails and everything else, I mean, we all know that Bruce is definitely a couple of freaking cups, cups missing, minus freaking. Oh God, I can't even think. These people they're making my brain cells go quick.
I know, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm sorry. It's not normal for an attorney to be sued, number one. And number two, he keeps telling all these people, he told Dave, Super Dave, you're not going to get sued. Don't worry. Well,
yeah.
He told Lisa, he told Lynette, oh, he's not going to do this. He's not going to do that. Well,
no, what's happened? Last year, he said that.
Every attorney he's brought on board with this has been a failure. Every single attorney has not done because he tells the attorneys one thing, the attorneys get into it and they're like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. like exactly. Sean Martin did. Yeah, wait a minute. Wait. This ain't what you said.
I mean, Chucky just hit a nail on the head there. And I totally agree. And of course he can't. He can't even practice law in Florida because he's no longer a pro Vichy. And the fact that
he can ghostwrite her motions, though. That's what she wanted him to do. She wanted him to write her motions for her.
Yeah, and what he's doing, though, instead of actually being a professional lawyer and writing these documents out, he's emailing the freaking judge or the courts.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. Maybe if he knows something I don't know, but never once in my entire life have I ever emailed a judge in a court case that I was not a party to. Nor have I ever emailed somebody else's attorney in a court case that didn't have my name on it. I've never done it. Have you ever done that? I've never done that.
No. The only time I have actually, the only time I have stepped over the rank system is where someone high up in the rank system was involved. So I had to circumvent them to then go up one to then let them know. That was the only time, but that was years ago. But
But I got a question.
I would never do that.
I got a question on this, Spawn. Why stop being this woman's attorney and representing her legally where she needs representation? Why quit if you're going to still keep doing stuff? Why
Because
not
he
just
knew. Because I'll tell you straight away. Because like around the time, um, before I think it was around the time Mr. Magoo and freaking Skeletor, hello you guys, and Luscious Lips appeared. I think he started realizing that, because I mean she was posting daily, she was coming out with crap, and I think that at some point he realized that like we're not going to make any money for this, and I don't think he expected Mr. Hales to respond the way he did legally, and the
right?
fact that right at the beginning he already had teething issues trying to get onto the DUI guy's platform, and he went on to other platforms and unfortunately involved other people who turn out to be the nicest. She's the nicest lady I've ever come across. Um, and I think he realized when it started going a bit pear shaped and the way the crampons started acting. And then I think it was around the time where he was going to get slapped with sanctions, and where he did get sanctioned. I think that's when he realized, you know what, I need to freaking get out of here. We're not going to make any money. Actual fact, it's going to cost me money. And there
Right.
you go.
And I see that he didn't want to be on the hook for it. So he wanted out
That's
of
my
it.
personal opinion, though. That's my observational opinion. I think that, like me, to be honest with my personal opinion, I think he doesn't know what he's doing. He's out of his depth. And it was all about the money. It was all about the PR for him and his court cases, his own court cases, and basically it backfired on him. That's why he lied in the document to the court saying he was fired as the attorney, whereas he wasn't. He asked to be released.
Right. Because wasn't that the whole big spiel back then? They've threatened my family. They've
Yeah,
threatened my wife. They've contacted her job, yada yada yada.
yeah.
But so I can okay, and giving the devil his due, I say, okay, if you want to quit for that reason, more power to you.
Hmm.
But yet you still stayed in the fray. You're still keeping yourself active. You're still out there contacting people that have to do with this case. So
Hmm.
what's the difference? What changed? You're not worried about your family. You're not worried about the safety of your wife or your children. That's not the case. If it
No.
was, you would have shut up and stepped away completely and not had anything else to do with it other
Hmm.
than defend yourself.
I mean, the whole thing about Bruce Matskin and the fact that now he's being thrown on the bus by. I mean, here's the thing: when Scott Stark passed away, right? He was already in the midst of it. So, I mean, if you think about it, his widow or Mrs. Stark, right now, she could turn around and say, "Do you know what? She get all the documents, everything together, put it on one hard drive, or put everything together, and then send it in secure mail to Mr. Socket and say, here's the evidence." All right. And to be honest with you, yeah, everyone involved in this case, right? Let's not look at the anti-ecosystem. Let's look at everyone else. Everyone else, all right, have a way of sorting this out legally, right, to not get as hard of what you call it, a punishment as they do. Now, Deuce Boy, he's got two problems now. One, he's getting sued by Mr. Health, and two, he's being thrown under the bus by the anti-what the hell's ecosystem and everyone else. Don't worry, we're going to come on to Luthman in a minute, right? And so Bruce now has the opportunity to go, okay, I'm going to completely remove myself from this, and say, hypothetically speaking, if the legal office of Mr. Socket contacts Bruce and says, right, you've got two choices. I mean, you're going to get sanctioned either way, right? One way or the other, right? You've got two choices. You can tell us the truth, or we'll just carry on, no ultimatum. Basically, give him the chance, give him the opportunity to close that door and walk away. But he's not going to walk away on a legal standpoint because he still needs to answer to the sanctions. and he still needs to answer to this unlawful, what do you call it, unauthorized legal participation. I
Yeah,
don't know
like
what
you see these people, and I'm not going to mention any names, but some people are continuously, they want to post about Randy's the only lawyer that's been sanctioned. Randy's the only lawyer that's been sanctioned.
But
That's
Randy's been professional, though. Randy's
that's
been
like
professional, my friend.
exactly. That's like saying, you walk in the room and a little boy's over in the corner and he's just laughing, and you go, "What are you laughing at?" And he says, "Well, I pooped in my pants over 2 hours ago and nobody's noticed."
Yeah.
Duh. I mean, of course, Randy's the only lawyer that's been sanctioned. He's the only one that showed up. It's
And the
still
thing is, there was no threat.
head.
Yeah. I mean, that sanction, there was no threat of arrest. That was the worst scenario.
It's
It was
still hanging
basically,
over Bruce's head. It's still there. It just hasn't been addressed yet.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, if Bruce would have stopped using excuses and trying to play, and I know, yeah, someone said about his ego. He has a big ego. But if that idiot with his nose, he wouldn't have needed to pay for a travel ticket or fly. All he had to do is lay on his back, hold a bloody blanket up, and the wind, his nose would have been the sail, the rudder. He would have got there in time. If he had turned up for that sanction hearing and he had got fined, fine. He could have got fined $4,000. It's not a lot of money, but it is a lot of money for certain people.
Yeah.
But the fact is, he would have walked away from that scot-free. He wouldn't have had no sanctions hanging over him.
And he wouldn't have had contempt of court hanging over him.
Exactly.
For being the judge. Give me 1 second. I got to tell the hubby to stir that pot of soup. I'll be right back.
Say what? What was that? I missed a bit. Anyway, yeah, no, but this whole case is like, I mean, this is one of the reasons, guys, I sort of pull myself away from it, because to be perfectly honest with you, the moment Silverman became history, and the moment Deuce Boy started trying to swing his man sausage around, I knew straight away that this case is going to go absolutely tits up. And look where it is now. And the fact that you've got someone who used, and I'm going to say this word, used Lynette Preston, John Cook as a platform to attack on a character level, attack Jeremy Hells, not just under the heading of character assassination, but also on other levels as well. And they've been, and if they can't do it on their platform, they go onto other people's platforms, or vice versa. Other people get involved, and I get it, right? You want to get more people involved because you want that comfort zone, you want that that buffer zone around you. So if anyone's going to get attacked, everyone else on that platform is getting attacked. Listen, I went into someone's chat one night. And I went in there and I respected them. They respected me. And I said, look, your opinion, my opinion, we may not agree or disagree to agree or agree to disagree. But at the end of the day, I will say what I want to say to a certain level. And they were not rude. They were not disrespectful. And that's why I haven't mentioned them, because at the end of the day, right. So they technically on a privacy, they doxed my real name, but that doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me by anybody who does that. The reason being is because it's insecurity. Now, when your name is on a legal document, that's different. That is different, because as a legal document, if it's a public document, you can show that document as long as obviously you redact emails and phone numbers and stuff like that. But these people will play games with it. But the moment you hand them their own medication, they don't like that. And when it comes to the crampons, they sit on their platform. I mean, you got Gabe. Christ, I got more muscle, right, on my man sausage than he's got on his whole body.
God love him.
And bless his cotton socks. And he's trying to make himself. He's trying to get fame now. He's jumped on the tail for this. Why now? Why didn't you do it from the get-go? But we digress. I don't want to talk about clowns anyway. But Deuce Boy, He's caused so many problems now that it's going to come back to bite him in the ass. And by the looks of it, I don't think the judges are going to be happy. And Henkel, I did a little bit of research on that guy. Okay. And I can tell you one thing, then he's not going to be messing about.
No,
He's
he
not going to
don't
mess
play.
about. No.
No, he don't play. He's very impressive. Very, very impressive.
Yeah. And the rest, every single judge. Okay, look, a lot of people don't like Belieful. The potted plant. No one likes the Triffid. And at the end of the day, that is your choice. But also, at the end of the day, it's nighttime and the lights are on, and he has a job to do. Now, if there's a conflict of interest or someone's asked to have him removed or whatever, there's certain things he can do and certain things he can't do. Just because he's not doing what you want him to do doesn't mean you can dislike him. He has a job to do. He is a judge and he's doing that job, just like all the other judges. And so far, every single judge I've heard or seen, right, it looks like no matter what the anti what the else ecosystem are doing, it's backfiring on them. Now
Well,
I'm
the
seeing
judges are going back. I mean, they're doing. They can only do what the law allows them to do. We may wish they did something different, but they have to follow the letter of the law explicitly. They don't, they don't get to mess up.
yeah. I mean, it just amazes me that so many people are disliking this judge, right? For what?
I think he's doing pretty good, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
With having to deal with all the crap he's having to deal with, you got, you got to stay. You don't have a stay. Now you got to stay again. Or, did it back and forth, back and forth. And not only that, he's having to deal with all these people reaching out to the court system that have no reason to reach out to the court system. So he has to take his time to read all this. But I think he's doing pretty good.
and here's another thing: who would you rather have? Okay, some people may not like him, but would you like to have the Grudge back on there? Would you
No,
want him back? I mean, if you want him back, then let's all sign a petition to get him back as the main judge of all this. And then
I
what?
definitely
And
think the
then what?
wild is better.
Say again.
I definitely think the potted plant is better.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's way, way, way better. And the other judges that we've come across, Davis and all the other judges, yeah, good. This is going to end very badly for the anti what the hell's ecosystem, very badly. And to be perfectly honest with you, I am getting so bored pointing this shit out, But at the same time, it's fun talking about it because it's not every day you can talk about idiots.
This is true. You can, and what the hell?
Oh, set my slow. What you always, Gail? You always complain when you come in here about my slow mo and freaking. Oh shit!
And
It is. Yeah,
no,
good point.
Liz,
No,
the
good point.
stay
Good point.
applies to every case that Lynette's involved in.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Good point. Well. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it was set to 1 minute. I am so sorry, people. Oops. Can I say oops? Oops. Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying before I got interrupted by Gail once again? I'm blaming you, Gail. That you derailed me now. Hi, Lisa. Hi. I'm blaming Gail Judkins for derailing me. So I'm just going to sit here.
And Lisa's got a great point that he's going to make it his life's work to avoid sanctions. And the longer he gets to avoid it, the longer he can give improper service to clients. I mean, it's just, I get let me say this. I understand where he's coming from, okay? He thinks this is a vast injustice. And he wants to rid the world of this injustice. I get that. But he is willing to do it at any cost, even going against the judicial system.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you're no longer the hero in the story. You've become the villain in the story. Because if you're not going to follow by the rules, then your client's not going to follow by the rules. And you're giving them false hope. He's given her so much false hope. and she believes everything he says. I have encouraged her myself, and I know others have, to go talk to a real attorney, like one that you personally look it up and you go sit down and talk to them. A lot of times they'll do a free consultation where you just give them the gist of everything
Yeah.
and just get an idea of what's going on. Find out how much they'll charge you. Start making payments. If you can make payments on a camper, you can make payments on those booths at the flea market. If you can sell your welding machine for $500 and get money for this, that, and the other, then you can do the same thing and get the money for your attorney, because your attorney is what's going to matter. If you don't win these court cases, that piece of land that you got that camp sitting on ain't gonna be a hill of beans.
I mean, one thing I've noticed with all of these idiots on the anti-what-the-else issue, it's all about PR and getting famous. But the thing is, they're getting the recognition and the what's it called? What there's a word for it? They're basically being seen for the true people they really are. They're not professional. I mean, one of them. I mean, they've all turned to journalism. Like that's going to give them, any type of freaking leeway, because they couldn't handle the jobs they did before they went into journalism. Now, I've seen different types of journalists. I mean, technically, anyone talking about something like this is technically a journalist.
Correct.
Freelance.
Correct.
Now, what gets me is that when do you come up to that line where you go, do you know what? I think I've messed up here. I think that the publicity I'm going to get is not going to be the publicity I wanted. I mean, if I wanted a lawyer and I did a Google search, and I put your name in, what will I find? I mean, some people deliberately do that. So when people do Google searches, your name pops up and it's like, oh my God, what's going on here? But that's a double-edged sword, because like you'll go, oh right, okay, the guy, he's a limey, he's got a bit of a mouth on him, he swears a little bit, but he makes good points.
Mm-hmm.
So why, but the thing is, when it comes to Deuce Boy from day one, when I first came across him, and here's the mistake he did. He called me an imbecile considering I was asking him a question. And the moment he called me an imbecile, and I took a screenshot of that, and then he deleted it within seconds of him posting it. And that's when I went, right, game on.
Mm-hmm.
You want publicity? I'm going to give you publicity. And look where it's got him now. Look where everything has got to now.
Yeah, he says they're all laughing at us. He's right. We are laughing at him.
Yep.
Because he could have come in this and acted like a real attorney and been very professional in the way he handled it and the way that he handled things. He could have still went on Lisa's and talked about the actual filings itself and kept his opinions to himself, just talked about the court filings.
Yeah.
And given and maybe gave a synopsis of, if I was Randy, this is what I would do next. And because every attorney should be doing that anyway, anticipating what the next attorney is going to do. And so he could have done that and things would have been so much better for him. But I don't think he's ever been that kind of person. If you remember, it was, that lady on that voicemail, Bruce. He has done this always. He has always treated people like this.
Especially women. Now, here's what. Hang on a minute. Oh, okay, coming. Early last year, I said that, multiple times over my live streams, I was saying, Deuce Boy needs to shut up and he needs to be quiet. He needs to take a page out of Randy Sockett's or Mark Featherman's. He needs to take a page out of their book, because when you are quiet and you don't flap your gums, you don't go around Facebook and YouTube's and all that flapping your gums, giving it large, right? You won't lose as much respect as you do when you're quiet. And I said that multiple times, and I said that it's going to come back to bite me in the ass. And I was right. And I'm not saying that I am the all-knowing. I can see when something happens, and I'll say it. And I've had people turn around and say, "Oh, you think you know it all." No, I don't. But the one thing I do know, I can see shit when it happens, or when it's going to happen. And on multiple occasions, I have pointed that out. And on multiple occasions, I've been right. And not just me, other people, you, MyPretty, Squid, other people have been, when I've had conversations, I've said this, and you've gone, yep, that's right. It's just like that day when I don't know if it was you or someone sent me that screenshot of Scott Stark's signature. Within seconds, I saw the initial. I was like, hang on a minute. It's simple things that people overlook. It is simple things that people overlisten. They don't listen to exactly what's being said, because you got every sentence. She sounds like the stepdaughter of Beavis and Butthead. I mean, it's like you sit on your platform and you say, well, I'll use the rest of the money to get legal representation to sue if you're going to sue me. I'd be straight, no problem, right? Or stuff like that. Or the money that was sent to me is not theirs; it's mine. No, it's not. Every single penny that was sent to her was for Lynette, John, and a child, and for what they're doing on their property. This is where they've gone wrong. But that brings us to the next point. Do you know, if you ever want to find the word stupid or zero intelligence, all you have to do is open up a dictionary and look for the name of Richard A. Luthman, and you will find him going, hee hee. I can't believe the guy sat on the platform, on the Crampons platform, which seems to be the cesspool of shit talking, pardon my French. And he wants to trial by combat. And what else was mentioned? Something about a sword and something else. And,
and taking Jeremy's head off with the sword.
Yeah, well, removing one's...
I'm sorry. How can you take somebody seriously that says stuff like that? I mean...
That's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And the fact that like this guy. Now I have a public document, and in that public document, it does state that a mental health evaluation was done.
Yeah, when he was going through his court case from before.
Yeah. And certain things were said in that document. Now, I'm not going to repeat them on here, because at the end of the day, I like to work off, here's the proof, there's the document. Right? But this guy is very unstable. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know. I'm not a professional, so I'm not going to try to diagnose this guy, but he is, I wouldn't trust him with a blow-up doll, let alone a balloon.
Ain't that the truth? And now Queenie said something about him playing Santa Claus at her Christmas party.
I know what that's going to be happening. Bring your loofers, ladies and gentlemen. Bring your loofers.
Imagine, just imagine you're one of the parents that's going to be blessed by getting some toys for their kids for Christmas. Okay, so you've got your kids dressed up. You take your kids to wherever they're going to have this little shindig, and your kids go up and they sit down on Santa's knee, yada, yada, yada. You go home and find out this is, a convicted felon that's still on parole. And your kid just sat on his lap. I mean, come on, people. Am I the only one that finds that so creepy and so just crazy?
Now, a lot of people may not agree, but these are personal opinions. These are not attacks or allegations or anything else. These are just personal opinions. However, due to the fact that this has popped into my head, mute your mic for a second.
Okay.
I've got to do this. Just mute your mic for a second. I've got to do this.
He don't beat round the bush, man. He just say what he do, and he mean what he say, man. Laid back boots in a hillside breeze, sipping Dr. Pepper with his dragon at ease. Loofah, loofah, he like many gifts of the loofah. Loofah, loofah, leaves him hanging in his barracks like a banner. He scrubs truth into the skin of the land with a daffodil smile and a calloused hand. Don't mess with the Englishman, I mean the Irishman. Wait, the Scottish man. Oh shit, I mean the Welshman. He'll give you a stare and a proverb too, then vanish on a mountain like the mist do. He don't need no war, no heavy command, just a melody line and a sponge in hand. When Babylon's stress tries to ruin his calm, he just hums and he scrubs like a loofah bomb. Loofah, loofah, he's the hillside soother. Trooper, trooper, the trilpa mover. He sings what he means and he means what he says. Spawntrooper got the grime of the world washed away. Spawntrooper, he don't beat round, he just be round. Loofah man, cleaning the vibe of the whole damn land. Trooper, trooper, loofah man, cleaning the vibe of the whole damn land.
And there you go. Just one more to. You're gonna like this. Just one more, and this is the compliments of the Crampons, and I'd like to thank them for this appraisal. So here's
Hey, this is Fat Lisa Lee. Smash that subscribe button on Spawntrooper's YouTube channel if you love a one-stop shop for epic gaming content, wild court trial breakdowns and motions, and no-nonsense investigations into online drama and internet nonsense. Whether he's roasting shady YouTubers or dropping headshots in-game, Spawntrooper keeps it real, keeps it smart, and always keeps it entertaining. Join the squad. You won't regret it.
well. There you go. Let me just.
I love that.
Yeah. So thanks very much for the shout out there. I really appreciate it. Fuck off, Chucky. No, but seriously, I mean, like, we all knew it was going to happen. A lot of people have discussed it about being thrown under the bus. No problem, Gail. But there will be an intermission coming up in a bit because obviously I don't want to cause any brain aneurysms or anything. But let me just point something out. On Wednesday, there's going to be a stream, and MyPretty and myself are going to be covering this in a little bit more detail in regards of the what was it, the building permits and what else is it? Yeah, the building permits and everything else. Now, obviously, we're not going to do that tonight because we don't want, obviously Squid has been covering stuff and other people have been covering stuff, and we don't want to take, the attention away from that because, she's a better talker than I am, aren't you, Squid? Say yes, Spawn. Anyway, so Luthman's behavior in overall, like trying this freaking trial by combat again, and let's be honest, if it was allowed, I don't think he would last 30 seconds. I mean, Mr. Hales, Jeremy is not a small guy, and he knows how to defend himself. I can tell he knows how to. He's had some sort of like type of training. So yeah.
Well, that's something like a little youngin would say. I'm mad at you now. I want to fight. I mean, come on. This is he Paint Chips. He's just doing this for attention. He is doing this to thumb his nose at the court system because he got caught red-handed and got sentenced and got put in jail. So he's all butthurt over that. And he lost his license because of the actions that he did. And now he's got everybody's attentions on him right now. And that's how he feels. And he's just milking it for everything it's worth.
Of course.
He's
To be
just
honest,
he's one of those little, what I call a mama's boy,
mm-hmm.
that is just so used to getting everything they want. And if by chance his father really did have anything to do with writing that crapola up, I see where he gets it from.
Yeah, I mean, I can just imagine him sitting in a dark room with his dolls going,
Ah, yes, I am the knight of the round table, and I will challenge anybody under 5'2" to a trial by combat, because I will roll it, eh?
He's such a child. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. That is my personal opinion. He is such a child.
Yeah. And Chucky, yeah, really. Mm-hmm. There's something else as well. I mean, like, he goes on about Junior Senior. Excuse me. 1 second. Oh, wait. Now, here's the thing. In the world of reality, if he challenged Jeremy Hills, and I lived in the United States, and he challenged Jeremy Hills to medieval trial by combat, all right, I would step in for Mr. Hills. Not because I like to fight, or not because. 1 second, Squid. Well, we're doing my stream right now, so hold your horses, madam, or I'm going to tell everyone that you dyed your hair with paint. Anyway, right. So I forgot to say. Yeah. So no, I mean, it would be fun to get him in full armor. I mean, obviously the weapons that are used in medieval MMA are not sharp. They're blunt, but they do hurt. But the thing is, I mean, medieval MMA, yeah, I'm up for that. Yeah. No, if I lived in the States, but I don't. And I think that, like, making certain comments and threats to cause physical harm with objects like knives and swords, stuff like that, I think that the police should be informed of said comments. Hello?
Huh?
Squid? No, not Squid.
You got so many women, you just don't know what to do.
I don't know, no, because like one day you've got me, and then Squid's got me another day, and then like I can run around like a crazy kid on chocolate, but fucking two stepmothers. You can't win with this one.
Hang on, let me get my cord from my laptop real quick. I forgot to plug it up. Hang on.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, hi, Johnny D. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Hans de Bell, good to see you too. And just one thing about potato peeling, it's so easy. And before I do, sort of like we carry on to the other stuff, I do want to like point out to my gaming channel now. I do have a gaming channel, so I'm separating. Because so if you're interested, please go there, hit that like button or hit that subscribe button, and come and join me. I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, I mean, like I will be uploading videos, but I want to separate it a little bit. I know that I've got games on here, but that is specifically for gaming only. So if you're interested, just chill out and watch a game, have a giggle, stuff like that, then feel free to go over there and subscribe. That is entirely up to you. Pot roast. Ooh.
Okay. All right. I had to get my plug. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Don't apologize. Just don't do it again.
Together forehand, girl. No.
Right. Anyway, so shall we carry on talking about these idiots, or should we move on?
We can move on for a little bit.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because to be perfectly honest with you, talking about these idiots is doing my head in. Right. Okay. So we got an intermission, but because obviously I've only got 13 minutes left, do you want to just jump onto film?
Yeah, let's do that part. The reason we're kind of speeding through a little bit, folks, is my son is over for dinner. I made roast beef for tonight, and so he's come over for dinner. So we're going to try to go through so I can get down for dinner with him.
Yeah. And just can I point out something as well? Some of the screenshots that you're seeing here, some of the pictures that you're seeing, I've developed. But just a big shout out to Amago, who's helped with the thumbnails and with some of the screenshots, the pictures and that. So please give her a big hug and a big shout out as well. But don't forget, MyPretty, she's 2 away from 100. So hopefully we can get her past that. We can definitely get her past that, and then we'll just go and derail her in our own streams. So, and I would like to congratulate you, MyPretty.
On what?
Congratulations, you have just passed 100.
Oh gosh, that's incredible!
So congratulations on that. You are now at 102. So thank you so much, everyone, for
thank you guys so much. I appreciate that more than you'll ever know.
Yeah,
my heart is so full.
And also to all the newcomers who've subscribed to my channel here, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am trying to better myself. I am trying to progress and build myself, and hopefully this case won't go on after this. And there's a couple of things that are coming up. I am in tomorrow because I'm not working until Thursday, so I've got until Thursday to do some of the shit. Basically tomorrow I am going to be doing a video based on how to fix your brakes on your car.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so I'm going to be showing you the tubing, everything else, what to use, how to use it, how to do a double flare, how to do a single flare, flaring, and basically help you, and then explain to you how to then do how to bleed your brakes. Okay, you can do it yourself. You just need to listen to each other and communicate.
I think that stuff like that's really interesting. That people need to be able to see how to do that kind of stuff.
Hang on a second.
I'm anxious if it's different in your country than it is over here.
Technically, no. I'm not a licensed mechanic. However, as a DIYer or someone who works on his own vehicle, I can actually show how to use it, because the thing is, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you how you can do it. It's a different thing. And the mechanics that I learned in the military, I could technically, if I go for training and everything else, I could actually get my mechanic's license. So, because I do have quite knowledge about vehicles. Yeah, we can do that as well. Like, for stuff in the car. I can recommend solutions. Absolutely, Chucky. Yeah. I can recommend solutions, show how I would solve a issue, and then basically how I would deal with it personally. I would not, obviously say, this is what you need to do. That's how you do it. Yeah. So nice wording there. Nice, Chucky. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah. Hey, listen, right? You can do what you like, but like I said, I always make sure that people understand that if I don't have the qualifications, right, this is a personal viewpoint or personal experience for myself. So don't you worry about that, Chucky. I've got you. Yeah. Shit. What was I saying?
I thought about making videos of like myself cooking, so that you never know if something ever happened to me. At least my daughter would have not just the recipe, like the family recipe, but she would have a guide as to how to do it, how to know when this is done. She'd get to see things. So I thought about doing that for her. I thought that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think, next time I do anything on special effects, Chucky, I'll let you know. No, Chucky has a good point, because if I'm not a qualified mechanic, I can't tell people what to do. I can only say, hey, look, this, is from my personal perspective. This is what's done. And to be perfectly honest with you, when I actually took my vehicle in for a checkup, the person there who was doing the checkup, he was extremely impressed of how clean and how professional it looked. So and you can legally repair your vehicle as long as it's roadworthy. And if it passes your DMV or your MLT or ADAC over in Germany, if it passes the strict roads things, which mine did, and so did my mate's because his brakes went as well. Obviously I did the right thing. I know, and Chucky, I appreciate you pointing that out. Actually, it's nice to actually see some feedback from you guys, and that's another thing I want to ask before we go into the film review. Is that, guys, if you got any feedback or you got any ideas of stuff you want me to do, just hit me up. Just hit me up, and I will try my best to do it. I'm still working trying to get the flight sim thing going, but you got some World of Warships and stuff like that, different videos coming up. So and the video, and I will be using GoPros, so the lighting will be shit, and I probably might have to do a narration or voiceover. Anyway, let's get to the film review, shall we? Ladies first. Okay. So anyway, I was watching. No, go on, MyPretty.
Is there something you need to tell us about? No.
Shut up, you don't start.
Well, I watched Hubie Halloween. It was starring Adam Sandler, and it is the cutest little Halloween movie, but it's very, very funny. It's got a lot of stars, and it's got Ray Lolita. It's an older movie. I did find it on Netflix. I'm not sure where else it is, but you guys would absolutely love it. It's precious. Like Hocus Pocus was just a cute little, you could sit down with your family and watch a Halloween movie. And Hubie Halloween is the exact same way. You can sit down with your kids and watch a really good, clean, funny movie. It's Adam Sandler. It plays Hubie, and he lives in the town of Salem. He works at the grocery store. Everybody teases him because he's a little slow on some things, but he's been in love with the beautiful girl in school all his life. But he's always picked on, he's always bullied. Even the kids in town pick and bully on him. And just so happens that his next door neighbor that moves in is like a werewolf. And he's investigating and seeing what's happening and sneaking around to find out what's going on in town with this guy. Absolutely precious, you guys. If you get a chance to watch it, it's well worth it, and it'll give you a chuckle. And the other movie that I just watched, and I can't believe I've never seen it before, was Whatever Happened to Baby Jane with Betty Davis and Joan Crawford. Black and white, old movie, and it was Chef's Kiss. Absolutely amazing horror movie that was just keeping you on the edge of your seat as you're seeing this stuff unfold in this movie. It's about two sisters. Betty Davis she was a child star, and her other sister, she had an older sister. There was a car accident, and the older sister blamed the younger sister, and I can't think it kind of messed up the younger sister's mind, thinking that she had made her sister paralyzed. And the younger sister just totally lost the whole reality thing, and ended up she ends up murdering two people, trying to kill her sister and somebody else, and then the police show up and arrest her. It's just a really good old movie. It's something that you watch on a good rainy day outside, or with the weather changing, one of those cold, just miserable days. This is the perfect movie. Again, it's called Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. So those are the two that I watched. Excellent choices if y'all get a chance to watch them. Are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I was just typing to Chucky. I just wanted to let Chucky know that I am actually a class 1. So technically, I can work on vehicles. It's just that it's a military qualification and not a civilian qualification, which I can transfer, but I would have to do all the trade. I would have to do, I think it was 16 or 22 hours of training and then do a test or so. I don't know.
Well, I think Dad should take us girls out and teach. I mean, my dad did me, but a lot of dads don't. But dads should take their girls out and teach them the basics about a vehicle, just like mothers should take their sons in the kitchen and teach them how to cook and wash clothes.
Well, that's what my mom did. I mean, like the thing. Here's one thing about me. In my career in the military, there was quite a few things I learned how to, pioneers course. I did my P company's course. I did other courses that I'm not going to mention on here. But one thing I really, really enjoyed was when I'd done all my licenses, because when you do all your licenses, that means the training list opens up to you. So that means you can do like, if you wanted to go and do a mechanics course, a basic mechanics course, or you wanted to go and do a vehicle mechanics, be a VM. That's what they call it, a VM, vehicle mechanic. You can do basic courses, but you go to the LED or REME, the Royal Engineer Mechanical Engineer, or Royal Electronic Mechanical Engineers, and basically you can do a course with them. But I got down to my B1, which is the highest level you can get for as a driver / vehicle operator. So you also learn a lot about mechanics. Now, everything I learned about fixing things on cars and stuff like that was not just self-taught or taught by other people, or I had like a VM with me, or my old man. But everyone should know certain things, like fuel, oil, brake fluid, transmission fluid, clutch fluid, your power steering fluid. A lot of people think, oh, like you got that reservoir, when you do radiator, for example. And Chucky can call me an arsehole, a liar now, or he can call me a liar now or afterwards, after I've said this. A lot of people make a mistake by looking at their engine bay when the engine is cold, and they look at the reservoir, the water reservoir for your radiator system. And a lot of people make the mistake by looking at it, and it's just at the minimum, or it's just above the minimum, and they put water in it, or they put radiator fluid in there. Right? That there is not where you fill it up. That there is to indicate, right, the pressure in your system. Right? That's where the water goes. It's basically a reservoir, an escape. What you need to do is find your radiator plug, open it up when it's cold. Don't do it when it's hot or when the engine's been running. Open it up and then put radiator fluid in there. Right? And if you just had new fluid put in, right, make sure you find the same stuff and put the same stuff in. And if you've got a leak, or you've got a problem with your radiator, or you've got like one of the hoses is cracked, or then either check it, remove it, replace it, renew it. Simple. Oh, I'm getting a massage. A massage. 1 second. Oh, snap. But yeah, and now Chucky, as a mechanic, can now turn around and say if I was full of shit or not. A lot of people, it's like you got your windscreen wash as well. Right? Everyone goes, oh, my windscreen wipers are marking my windscreen, blah, 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 means they're dirty or old or what. Right? Technically, you can swap windscreen. If you've got a back window, like on some vehicles, the windscreen wiper on the back window is the same size as the driver's side windscreen. And on certain vehicles here in the UK, like I got my mate, like I said, he's got one of those big tanks. And basically, I had a look at his, and I said, well, it's just like wheels. You can take the back wheels, put them on the front, put the front ones on the back, or you can take the windscreen wiper on the back and swap it with one of the driver's side on the front. And he went, why is that? I said, because the back windscreen wiper you only hardly use, but you use the front ones all the time. And he was like, oh, yeah. All right. But it's just like, guys, when you I mean, you can Chucky. If you are a mechanic and you know, and if anything I'm saying is wrong, please speak up. But before I go into the film review, one thing you need to remember is this: when you look at an engine bay, okay, you see if the battery is on the right hand side of your car, and you can see the battery. Go from the battery, go to the center of the engine, go to the top of the engine, come down the left hand side, go around, and then do a figure of 8. All right, that's your first checks. Make sure all the cables are tight. Make sure everything is clean. And if it's not clean, clean it. Because the thing is, dirt hides problems, right? And then you do your windscreen fluid. You check your reservoir. You check all the fluids to make sure, right? The daily checks are like your lights are working, your indicators are working, your main lights, or your beam, your fog lights, everything is working. Your horn's working, your windscreen wipers working. And you can do that with your next door neighbor or with your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Right? Simple as that. Simples. But there you go. Anyway, film review. The film I was going to talk about is called Jules. That's Jules for the Americanese. Right? And it came out in 2023. And it was starring Jay Kwan, Ben Kingsley, Jane Curtin, right, Harriet Sanson Harris, and Zoe Winters and Andy Daly. And it was quite a hell of a film. I quite enjoyed it. I think that Ben Kingsley acted really, really well in this. And some of the other the co-stars of his as well, the two ladies, Jane and what's her name again, Harriet. Right, them three bounced off each other really, really well. The storyline was fantastic. The communication was brilliant. The back and forth was good. What I found really interesting was that the alien never spoke. So I'm giving you a spoiler there, right? But the thing is, it's about a man's life, right? Gets turned upside down after a UFO crashes in his backyard in Pennsylvania. Right? He befriends the alien. And then things start getting complicated. And obviously, then two neighbors obviously figure it out. The film goes for about 2.5 hours, I believe. No, sorry, tell a lie. It's about 1.5 hours. My bad.
Okay.
And it is a comedy. It's science fiction. Let me just see what PG it is. I can't find what a PG is. It's a PG. What PG is this freaking film? Well, anyway, on IMDb it got 6.8. On Rotten Tomato, it got 86%, and Amazon UK got 4.1 out of 5. So people did like it. Take care, Johnny D. Thanks very much for being here. Appreciate it. So yeah, I think it's a 50. I think it's 16 or 12. I can't. You do a check. But if you want your kids to watch it, then do a quick check to make sure it's PG. So actually, I'll tell you right now. 1 second. It is 12. The age rating suitable for ages 12 and older. So if you want anyone to watch, then obviously your youngsters can watch it. Right. So there you go. That's Jules, Jules, and it came out in 2023.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. So
I like a good sci-fi movie.
It is actually, it's sort of like a sci-fi thing, because obviously you got an alien, and like, it's really strange because when you look at the actual fact, let me just check, because I want to, there's something that I noticed in the film. 1 second, let me, yeah, because there's one thing that's bugging me, because I want to, please hold, your call is important to me. I'm trying to see who played the actual alien, because you could distinctively see 1 minute it looked like a female, and then the next minute it looked like a male. So it's like, yeah. Let's have a look at the cast. 1 second. Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Oh no, I'm trying to find. Where's IMDb? Where the frick is it? There you go. IMDb. That's where I can tell you straight away who the alien was. Right, Joyce. Castle and Jules. Yeah. So Jules played the alien. So it was a female. So I know I was right. Cool. Because like I was like, oh wait, 1 minute they're walking like this, and then they're walking like that. But it was a bloody good film. So if you, I mean, it doesn't. It sounds good. No, it's PG-12. Cynthia, the film was PG-12.
That does sound interesting. I got one that I'm supposed to watch this week called The Roses. And yeah, I've never heard of it before, but I got my son to download it for me so I could watch it. Sarah Joy told me to watch it. So
Yeah.
I got to watch that this week to see. She said it was excellent. So it's definitely on my list.
Yeah, no, Jade. Jade Quinn played the alien. Yeah. There was another one that I watched. Where was it? I watched. A friend of mine said I should go and check out Tron, and I was like, yeah, no, But what I did do is I went and watched Xeno. Okay, now Xeno came out this year, and it's based on an alien crash landed on Earth, and a young 15-year-old girl who seems to have a connection with animals. You know, she's got a tarantula, she's got a snake, and like obviously, you know, there's a how can I put it? There's a family issue going on with an abusive father who who's on a drinking issue, or stepfather. Anyway, so there's a couple of different stories going on, and when the more you get into the film Xeno, right, the more you'll notice that there's more than one storyline. You've got the storyline from the agent, storyline from the young lady, storyline from the mother and stepfather, and the storyline from the young lad that she meets. But I'm not going to give too much away, but check it out. It's called Xeno. It's Xeno, and it came out in 2025. And basically, just to give you a synopsis of the thing, it's a teenager makes a terrifying extraterrestrial her friend after it crashes nearby in the desert. The youngster manages to deal with her sad mother and the mother's violent boyfriend while simultaneously protecting her dangerous friend. So, again, a very, very good film if you want to go and check it out.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it's like there are a lot of films coming out from the States now, and not just States, but from Canada, that are really, really good films. Really good films. And I am a little bit sick and tired of this paranoia shite, conspiracy shite about UFOs and the world. And there's another one out now where a missile is fired, and I avoid that crap now. It's too much. It hurts my head. I like to enjoy film. And another film I watched that I've probably mentioned, my third and last one, was Aliens. The first one that came out.
Oh, the original?
The original one, yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Watched that. Not with the special edition one, not the special edition one, the original one.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I can remember when I first watched it, I was actually eating spaghetti, and I never ate spaghetti again for years. When that freaking thing came out of his chest, I was like, "Nope, taxi."
Oh no, it's so good. It's still classically good. Still good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a new one at the moment called Aliens Earth. Not sure if they're going to continue that or not, because that's what they do now. They just make like one season of 10 or 12 series, and then that's it. They just stop.
Right.
they've done a lot. They've done a lot of that with Star Wars. But the film I am looking for is the new Predator film that's coming out in November the 7th.
Oh yeah, I saw a preview
I-
for that. It looks good.
I am so looking forward to that, to actually see the interaction between a droid and an alien who's basically, you know, so yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is that did. I saw the previews for that when we went to go see Demon Slayer the movie. They had previews of the new Predator movie,
Yeah.
and they showed those in the movie theater, and it looked super good.
Yeah.
It really did.
I'm actually quite tempted to go and get it to see if because I haven't told you this. The reason being is because I'm not putting my hopes up. But a friend of mine actually works in the film industry, and he's over in Germany at the moment. He's going to Prague for 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing some sort of filming, and it's all based on driving vehicles. So basically, it means I have to do driving stuff and all that. And I turned around to him and said, "Look, I'm too old for that shit." But because obviously having the military background and stuff like that, sometimes it's really good that you can actually get jobs
Oh yeah,
in the
definitely.
in the film industry. And I didn't realize he actually worked in the film industry until only recently. He did a couple of jobs, but yeah, so I'm looking into that. And if I do, my live streams will go from a couple each week to one probably every couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I want to see you go live, and then you and Squid just needed to sort out the guardianship, who's
And we take over who's got custody.
who's going to have full custody, because this moving back and forth, it's I mean, when I'm at Squid's, I live in a basement. When I'm at yours, I live in a shed out in the garden. So it's not fair that I'm being treated like a freaking the gingerhead stepchild. But
I know, you poor thing. I feel so sorry for you.
no, you don't.
You're right.
Yeah. Tell that to go to the deaf school and tell them that they'll believe you. No, but yeah. So is anything else on the films request before we go?
I'm good.
Okay, now just before her ladyship disappears, are there any questions? And again, big shout out to Ammo Girl for this this beautiful picture that you're seeing right now.
I know she's getting so good at those. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, I tell you one thing: the talent is amazing. And the thing is, sometimes it's very surprising. Oh, by the way, here's a picture, and you look at it, and I'm like, going, oh no, yeah.
Oh no, she's doing so good. I just don't have time to sit down and really play with them as much as I want to, but she's doing a great job.
Yeah. And Roy, leave my sheep out of it. Come on, leave the girls out of it.
That's right. Don't be talking about them females. What do they call views?
I mean, look, I get it. I get it. Roy's jealous because I can go into any country where they have sheep, and anywhere in the world, and I can have a good time where he has to pay to get entry. Now, look, I get. Love you, Roy. And by the way, Roy, how is the wife? By the way, before we go into this banter, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Jeff Grady didn't fucking leave one. I just find it this whole situation, the fact that the crampons and everyone else, this whole situation is just getting ridiculous now. They're becoming laughing stock of the internet.
Remember, he says they're laughing at us. They're laughing at us.
Yeah,
yeah, we really are.
Yeah. So, okay, guys, if there are any questions for MyPretty, make sure you do hashtag and then at MyPretty. Any question for me, then have you ever eaten Surströmming?
She means that stinky fish. You know that stinky fish in a can?
Is that the Korean stuff?
No, that's the stuff from like not the Netherlands, but
Oh no, it's Swedish, Finnish, or
Sweden.
it's
Yeah,
from Finland or Sweden, one of the two.
yeah. It's that nasty stuff, you know, when they open the can and the people ready to puke.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's the smell, but apparently it tastes really nice. Still in holding pattern until the oncologist can get another CT. Roger that, Roy. Just keep me updated, yeah. Even if you want to send me a personal message, just keep me updated. And Joey, no self-advertising. Next time, ask before you do it. Naughty. Don't make me get MyPretty to come and discipline you. Jeff ate Jeff ate some tonight. That's scary. I mean, technically, I'm a homemade DIY mechanic, actually. I do have the quals, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, so are there any questions? I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to ask any questions, and then we're going to go. Ammo Man, welcome to the stream. Good to see you.
She must have let him in out of the basement now, huh?
He's been released. He's probably running around going, yay.
Exactly, that's what's happened. He's like, I'm so excited. She's let me come out.
Joey, don't worry about it. You're good. But in future, like Pam, MyPretty Pam will, she'll be okay. She won't discipline you. Just next time, Joey, do me a favor, please ask. Yeah. All right. But everything's fine, mate. You don't have to worry about it. All right. Yeah, but no. So come on, guys. You must have questions. There's 60 of you. So go on, hit that question. Go for it. Ask questions. Go for it. Do it now.
That's right, Gail. Hammo's man picked the lock and snuck out.
He probably sneaked out. What did you call it? Basement windows. They're not basement windows. They're like cells.
Yeah.
You put a cage on top. Yeah, I mean, I've ate food. Where was we? We were in Unkazar. We were down in Unkazar, and at one point, because you had to go out the back of the docks because they had a shooting range down there, and we were down there all day, and it was one of the hottest days there actually, and because we had to re-zero our weapons and that, and some of the Iraqi populace came over, and they were eating the food, so obviously we knew it wasn't poison, and they are the most hospitable people you can come across. They're very, they will help you, feed you. And they came over and they had this big flask of tea and they had this big tray with rice. And in the middle of the rice, there was all this meat. And some of us were sitting there and they went, oh, go for it. And unbeknown to us, when we looked at it properly, you could see a goat's head. Right. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no. But because I was richly, I could eat for a small village. I was like, yeah, I'll have some of that. And the guy gave me a shitload of rice, loads of meat, and it turned out to be lamb, like a what do you call it? Is that sardine, cuisine or whatever they call it? It's like an Arabian or a Persian sort of meal, like goat, and it was absolutely fantastic.
I know.
But
it's great. I just don't think I could do it.
Yeah, but it did look like a train wreck. It looked like freaking two trains hit each other, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. Kim wants to know, what do you think will happen next with the ecosystem? With the
my personal opinion, I think that considering that they've started throwing each other under the bus and they've been backtracking and sort of like not telling the truth, and especially about the monies that have been donated and everything else. I think they're just going to implode. I think they're going to implode. I think that someone in that group is going to turn around and go, "Here, Jeremy, here's all the proof you need." I think someone's going to be a turncoat. Someone's going to turn.
Eventually, it's going to fall. But until that happens, it's going to continue. You're going to have people that's going to believe everything they said. I mean, I'm a believer.
Yeah.
And so, I go to the old Bible story. I'm just thinking out loud. The old Bible story, where Jesus before Pontius Pilate, and he asked the people, do you want to see this happen? And all these people are like, yeah, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him. There's going to be those people that are standing out in the audience that's going to go and hang on every word that's said to them. They don't go into Facebook groups. They don't see what's being said. They don't see the proof that's being produced. All they see is what's on that YouTube channel. So
and Gail,
people that are going to believe everything they say.
Yeah. And Gail, that was me just showing my little cat. She's just part and parcel of my life. So, but no, she won't be appearing on this channel or the other channel again. I just thought I would just show you guys, my little fur lady. Bless her cotton socks. She farted the other day, MyPretty. I'm sitting. God. I swear to God, it was fucking hilarious. I'm sitting here editing a video. Next time I just heard this. It was quiet, but it was loud enough for me to hear it. And I just looked at her and I went, "You smelly little cow." And she just looked at me and just blinked her eyes nice and slowly and then laid back down again. I went, "Oh," and then luckily I didn't smell anything.
Well, my hubby has a little bitty 5-pound service dog. And she is his service dog for his diabetes, depending on whether his sugar's high or low. She does different things and alerts me. And she was sitting there yesterday, and just out of the blue, she burped so loud it was like a human being was sitting there, and she burped so loud it scared her. And she yelped and jumped up, and I didn't know what was going on at first. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you think my cat's adorable, you should see my freaking dog. He's never, ever going to be shown on screen, ever. Because he's got a very bad habit when people start paying attention to him and start, he's not stupid. He'll start clapping his teeth, and I don't want him doing that. He starts going, yeah. What I was going to say, someone asked a question where on Texas Alien. Oh, wait a minute! I didn't even see you come in. Right, Joey Fleetwood said, "Where is it?" He said, "Hey, Spawn, would you like to be on Pam and me show? You cool? Thank you very much for the compliment. I appreciate that, Joey. Thank you very much, young man. Only if I'm invited, and depending on the topic. If I'm invited, then." Fine. It's just like if I'm invited onto Squids or anyone else's stream, then obviously I usually always accept, depending on who it is. Spawntrooper, leave me sheep alone. No. No.
All right, darling. I got to get ready and get off here. My child is downstairs waiting on me to come serve dinner up.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to send my regards to everybody.
I will. And again, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Absolutely. And again, big thank you for joining me tonight. It's been a fantastic stream.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it every time. I enjoy my time with you.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Can you ask the guy with the gun behind me to leave now, please?
Yeah, exactly. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Y'all have a good night.
All right. You take care. Thank you very much, sweetheart. You be good.
Bye, dear.
Bye-bye. And ladies and gentlemen, that was MyPretty. Please, please, please go and show MyPretty some love and hit that subscription, hit that notification, all right? And let's get her, where she can do her own thing. Yeah. We'll still carry on doing the Monday stuff, but yeah, let's do that, shall we? Chucky, Spawn's galoshes always have room for 2 legs each. Well, yeah, of course. I had a dog that did that. I call it teeth tapping episodes. Now, Gail, he does it all the time. Belgian Memoirs always have a habit of doing that. They're very snappy. But he's doing well. He's out cold. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I'm gonna just so you know, I am going to continue to do some gaming in the next couple of days. I am going to try to get my flight sim going. Tomorrow, hopefully, a friend of mine will be tipping up, so me and him will be playing some World of Warships. I probably might record it, and if he says it's okay, we'll on some of the videos you will actually hear me speak a foreign language as well. Which is funny because I watched it today and I was like, bloody hell, I do sound like I do sound like those Germans, yeah. So on that on my gaming channel, it's all going to be about games. There's not going to be anything else. I probably might put some videos up there on stuff that you can do with the cars and if it's not game related, I probably might put it on here. So if there's Parlez-vous français? Un petit peu, pourquoi? J'ai parlé un petit peu français. Je comprends un petit peu français. Pourquoi, monsieur, madame Choki? Choki, oui, oui, oui. Yeah. Ni hao ma, Choki. So yeah, it's actual fact, good point. If you ever want to learn a different language, then choose a language and just start learning it. Start basic and then work your way in. Trust me, you'll be able to learn, no matter what age you are, you'll be able to learn a language, a foreign language. But anyway, guys, before I shoot off, I just want to say a big shout out and a big thank you to JK Films, DJ Ratters, Squid Pro Quo, MyPretty, right, and Ammo Girl, and everyone else who are just genuinely fantastic people, and also to Living with Life FND, Sarah as well. Please keep an eye, look out for when she streams, and everyone else. And remember that, like, we are a community within a community, so let's enjoy it, shall we? And I'm glad, and I would like to welcome all the newcomers. Thank you very much for joining and subscribing and being here. Sometimes it may not be your cup of tea, pardon the expression, or coffee, or whatever you drink, and you may not agree on what I say. However, this is a place where we can agree to disagree or disagree to agree. However, communication and constructive criticism is always welcomed as long as you're respectful and you respect each other and the rules. Right. Other than that, I'm going to call it a night. I would like to again thank everybody for being here. And basically, all I expect from you guys is just to be yourself, right, and enjoy, and just make sure that you understand that, like, when you come in here, right, this is a place where you can actually chill out and be yourself. I know that some of you like to press my buttons about the sheep, but at the end of the day, it's not my problem or my fault that you are jealous, and that you're going to be cold this winter because all the sheep are going to be around me. So I'm going to be nice and comfy and warm. Oh, yeah. So on that note, unless anyone's got a question, agree with what Spawn says. Laughable. Oh, Jeff, you're so nice. It's about time you said it. You came in and said hi. There's one thing that's bugging me. One thing that's bugging me with these clowns is why they, don't they think before they speak? I mean, anyone in their normal mind, the fact that they are in a court case, the fact that they are defendants in a court case, you would think that these people would actually stop talking about it. you know, like not talk about the case or anything revolving around the case. But they cannot stop, can they? Oh, by the way, Snowflower, before you go, I totally forgot this. Are you here? Snowflower, are you still there? This is an early present from me. A very early present from me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Snowflower. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Happy birthday, my dear. Yeah, well, Jeff, you know, at least you have fear. That's the important part, because fear can keep you away from trouble. But I don't care if you fear me or not. That's irrelevant, because fear is just a weakness leaving the body, just like pain is. But anyway, on that note, I bid you all a fantastic evening, and I will see you on the flip side. And I will be with Squid tomorrow. Obviously, you know, I'm being exchanged, so I'll be with Squid, and MyPretty will be there as well. So don't be late. Make sure that you turn up. On that note, I'm out. Yeet.
They go live every night selling drama on demand with crampons sitting on their ass and dicky on hand. Fake tears falling, oh I'm just speaking truth, while they pocket super chats and exploit the loons. Gator rolls in trying to act real cool, but he's stirring up heat, breaking all the rules. Haters in a circle, all bark, no bite, till Spawntrooper drops and it flips on the light. Spawntrooper, he bring truth and facts to the land. Spawntrooper, he assesses the situation at hand. Spawntrooper, is weak with this one. Deuces in the mix, spinning lies for the stream. He acts like a king, but his throne's just a meme. Dodging all the questions with a scripted phrase, trying to fool the crowd, but he's just a face. Bones Lacker's got a seat at the front of the show, putting up a front, but got nowhere to go. Guano's hiding in shadows, throwing shade in the chat. They all act tough, but Spawntrooper's on that. Spawntrooper, he bring truth and facts to the land. Spawntrooper, he assesses the situation at hand. With this one, now the people rise, no longer blind. The lies unravel one stream at a time. Truth's not merged, it don't come in packs. And Spawntrooper's got receipts, not just attacks. He says turn off the feed, walk into the sun. This war for your mind, it's already begun. With clarity blazing like a saber so bright, he leads the way through the digital night. Spawntroopers say, I see you playing, keeping up the show, spinning your stories, but the truth starts to flow. Your gators pull high like you're some kind of lord, but all you're doing is striking out with the faulty sword. You're no warrior, just a puppet on strings. Your fake crown don't mean a thing. The game's up now, you're out of move. Spawntroopers here to expose your groove. Spawntrooper, he bring truth and facts to the land. Spawntrooper, he assesses the situation at hand. Then he say the words, truth don't kneel to no one man. Trooper, the force is weak with this one.
Truth will rise in the end, no place for deceit.
May grim unwind, get a whole group on. The force is weak with this whole bunch.